The work is originating out of a research that Brian and I started in the Euro regions in Russia. We've been there actually quite a couple of times. Brian started to go, I think, in 2017. The following year, in 2018, I went myself for residency with the local photography museum of Yekaterinburg, and I started to dive into the archives. I looked a lot at the landscape photography of the turn of the century, so when the area was just subjected to the industrialization for the first time. And I saw a lot of mountain ranges and kind of rock formations, and open mines were starting, and I was very impressed with these kind of shapes.
Started to slowly birth a project, and I think we've been back maybe 4 times over the past few years and worked with people from Yekaterinburg, and a number of people have come to Holland from there. So it's been a small kind of exchange, people, ideas going back and forth, and this work represents one stage in a sort of slowly unfolding, ongoing kind of an open-ended research into a lot of interrelated topics, let's say.
But the more I was busy with these images, the more I also understood, these machines, they're developed by engineers who grew up in those landscapes. So in a way, they are taking up these shapes of the landscape as a kind of aesthetic vocabulary, in the same way how they're also using math and physics in order to develop and design these machines. So it made very much sense that these are so visually intertwined, that they relate so tightly with each other. So in a way, I found it very interesting to see, on the one hand, pollution and ecological hazard, but on the other hand, also creation and something new that's forming. It really makes the topic of pollution much more problematic and more complex, but also more interesting.